Hi, everybody. In this bonus video for the Make Ahead Boards class, I'm showing you another recipe that you can make ahead. This one is for sugared cranberries. To make this recipe, you're going to need fresh cranberries, not frozen, not thawed, got to be fresh, which is why you kind of do it in the fall season after cranberries hit the grocery store. This is a 1 pound bag of cranberries. I'm going to make about half of this for sugared cranberries. If you wanted to use the entire bag and make a whole ton of sugared cranberries, just double the recipe. The other ingredients you'll need are sugar, sugared cranberries, yeah, and some hot water. So the first thing I'm going to do is give about half a bag of the cranberries a little rinse. Make sure that there's not any rocks, any mold, anything weird going on with these cranberries before I cook them. You're looking good. All right. So we got our cranberries. And then the other thing I'll need to do is make a simple syrup. And simple syrup is equal parts sugar and water. And you just cook it until your sugar is dissolved. So what I'm going to do, and this can go in the freezer now for future things or go in the fridge for cranberry sauce. You do you. I'm going to get a cup of water and I'm going to add to that a cup of sugar. Use the whole bag, double the recipe, 2 cups, 2 cups. I've just boiled some water in my kettle over here, so I'm going to kind of walk over here. Feel free to, look around as you will. But if you don't have a thing that boils water for you, like if you're a coffee person, not a tea person, there we go. Then nuke it in the microwave, nuke your water in the microwave until it's dissolved, or go ahead and go ahead and cook it on the stove. All you're waiting to do is for the sugar to dissolve. And I will say you can already see that there's sugar in here. And if I just keep stirring, the heat from the freshly boiled water and the thing, oh, it's clearing up already. Yeah. Just keep on stirring and stirring and stirring. And then when it's clear, it's all dissolved. Bada bing. I'll give it a couple more stirs. So I've just made simple syrup like that. Totally clear. And let me switch cameras so you can see right down in how clear this is. You go that way. Clear, simple syrup. Now we'll put the rinsed cranberries into this bowl. There. Found one dud, but not in the compost. And then I'll take this simple syrup that I made, pour it around. And I'm now going to soak the cranberries for about 15 minutes. So I will set the timer for 15 minutes and I'll be back to show you what the next step is after these cranberries have been soaked. Stay tuned. Hi there. It has been 15 minutes and these cranberries have been soaking in the simple syrup for all this time. And so now the next step in the process to make sugar cranberries is to drain out the simple syrup and toss the cranberries with sugar. Like, I knew there was a reason I needed the sugar out. Yeah. So step one, let's strain the cranberries. I'm going to save this simple syrup just because I would like to do something with it. I don't know what I'm going to do with this lightly cranberry scented simple syrup, but I'm going to use a separate bowl for tossing. Okay. Just for grins and giggles, while I was at it, I went ahead and grabbed some of the rosemary behind me that I just brought in, and I tossed the rosemary in and soaked it in the simple syrup as well. So I'm going to take this. I'm just going to let this drip a little bit, set this to the side. And then we got another bowl that I'm going to put about a half a cup of sugar in. It's a little tacky, just a little tacky. Transfer the cranberries and this little bit of rosemary into here. Now I'm going to save this. You could use it for cocktails. You could use it for, I don't know, something good. And then we're going to give this a little stir to coat the cranberries and rosemary with sugar. Makes the rosemary look like it's been caught in a snowstorm. Actually, it makes the cranberries look like that too. Okay, you go in there. We'll get you tossed. Okay, so I'm going to toss this a little bit more just to kind of till it looks like there's not much in the way of well, cranberries just kind of waiting. And then I'm going to spread these onto this tray and let them sit for an hour. Spread all out. And then I'm going to toss with the sugar one more time. But I'm going to get some fresh sugar. All right. So we wait another hour and then toss the sugared cranberries again. It's been an hour that the cranberries have been sitting in their first round of sugar. So I'm going to pour them back in, scrape them back in to the bowl and toss with sugar a second time. Just to get as much of the berries as sugared as possible, because sugar, why not? And I had some sugar at the bottom. I'll sprinkle some sugar over the top. Give it a stir. Give it a little more pudding. Add a little bit more pudding. All right. After our second round of sugaring, I'm going to return the cranberries to this prepared baking sheet. Again, line it with parchment or probably wax paper at this point would be fine. Okay. Return these and spread them out. Got a little bit of sugar left for the rosemary stems. toss them with a little more sugar. Put you to the side. And then I'm going to let this sit on the counter on this tray uncovered overnight because I want to make sure that these cranberries are fully dry, as dry as I can get them before I put them in a sealed container. And they can stay on your counter in a covered container for up to 2 weeks. You could store them in the refrigerator if that makes you happier, also in a covered container, but let them sit at room temperature after they've had their double sugaring for, I would say, at least 8 hours. I'm going to let this go overnight just to make sure they're fully dry. And then let's see, what else do I do? I saved my unused simple syrup, the what the cranberries and the rosemary sprigs were soaking in. I've got this labeled as cranberry rosemary simple syrup. This would make a cute addition to a mocktail, and you could even garnish it with the sugared cranberries and the sugared rosemary leaves if you wanted to. You could be putting this in with the alcohol of your choice. This is where I just don't know anything. So I kind of don't say. I could say for a mocktail, I would mix this up with a little bit of ice and fizzy water until it tastes good. And then maybe stab a toothpick through a bunch of cranberries and call it something sugared. It'd be pretty nice. So I hope you enjoy this extra recipe and thank you.